more topics. There are few other topics like media panel, design mode, etc. are related to POS design. Let us learn about these topics in our demo data company. Let us talk about few more topics like media panel, design mode, macros, and POS actions. To know about media panel, let me go to POS and show you one example of media panel. In our virtual machine, there is a setup, and you can see this media panel demo button has been configured. So if I right click here and go to button properties, this media panel has been set it up with the help of a command show panel, and the parameter is passed as a media. And if I go to this parameter hash media, and it's being used because this is a component of interface profile, and from the interface profile hash default, this media panel is configured. And if I go to edit and show you about this media panel, so in this media panel there are three columns and three rows which are set it up in this way. The area of these columns percentage wise defined here for rows as well. And then in the POS panel control lines, there are four different control IDs are defined, and with the help of these control types browser, media, and button pad, certain sections of these panels are showing the content which have been configured for these controls. So let me go back and show you this configuration. uh, Cancel, and if I go to media panel demo, here you can see these controls are listed here again. If I right click here and show you panel properties, so you can see that control ID is media, and these are those four controls which this screen have been showing. And with the help of these four controls, we can have this media running on second screen or customer facing display. Now let's go back, closing this, and second topic, design mode. And if you right click here, you can enter into design mode. And when you enter into design mode, you can see the panel parts here. So in this panel on this screen, uh, there is a panel, and this panel is having three columns. This is first column, second column, and third column, and three rows. First row, second row, and this one is the third row. And whenever I move my cursor, system will be showing the information with respect to that panel, that particular panel part. And now you can see system is showing that this is a second column, second row, and then button pad control has been used here. Similarly, when I move to any of these panel parts, here you can see that this is the uh, third row, second column. And if I move here, this is the third row, third column. This one is the second row, third column. And this information you can see in the design mode. And it has some design capabilities which can be done by right click and you can see that we can cut the control, copy paste control, we can remove the control, or we can have a control on the spanning, whether spanning of rows and columns, and we can have we can check these control properties as well. And to exit from design mode, we need to uh, click here, and then we will be exiting. And same, if I right click again and go to panel properties, the in the design mode we have seen that 3 columns, 3 rows, same information is coming here in our pause panel card, and this panel is offline belonging to hash default interface profile. And we have seen the percentage in terms of columns and rows. So this design mode which you can enter, uh, and to enter into design mode are making the right click options available. The user has to be pause super user, then only you'll be getting the properties, the right click properties, where you can enter into design mode, or you can edit the button or menu properties. Now, the third topic is related to macros, and macros are related to menu profiles. To understand macros, let me take you through to pause menu profile, and on the pause menu profile list, let us understand macros with the help of an example. I'm searching for super pause menu profile, and here I'm going to edit, and then when I click on list, apart from menu list, you can set macros list. And what are macros? Macros uh, help us to run certain commands, to run commands with the one button. And how it can be configured, let's create one, and with this example you'll be able to understand. So macro, I'm creating a macro for total button, and then I'll be defining the functionality of this total button by stating few macro lines. And for that I'm taking a command. First command, what I want that whenever a total button is pressed on the pause, at that time system should run information code and ask for age group of the customer. So first line I'm mentioning the info code, and then it should run the total command. So this can be done with the help of macros. So by defining a macro in that menu profile, we can make use of macro at the pause. So this macro has been configured for total button. It will be first running the info code and asking the cashier to fill the age group, and then it will be running the total command. So once this macro configured, and what I need to do, let's go back to pause, and here log on, and supermarket. Once supermarket pause is open, let's go to start and change this total button. For that, right click, going to button properties instead of command, and the current command is total. What I'll say, run the macro command, and then passing the parameter total. Total is that macro which I just created, and then okay. And now let me add few items. So 2 kgs of apple and 2 kgs of these oranges. Okay. And when I click on total, system is asking me to select the age group. Let's say I'm selecting this, age group, and now system has run the total command, and now I'm in total menu, in it mean the payment menu, and now I can finish the transaction by cash, and that's it. So in this way, with this macro, what is happening if I go to button properties again, macro is running a command or set of commands, and so whenever you need more than one command to run on one button, you can set a macro, and then in sequential manner it can run all those commands. Like in this case, with the help of macro total, I have ran two commands. One is info code and another one is total command. And it you can run more than two also. So in that case, you need to define 3 lines in the macro, and then in sequential manner, it will be running the command whenever this particular button is pressed on the point of sales. Let us close this, and let me revert back to command total, and then logging off from here, and now I'm going to show you the next topic is related to pause actions. So pause actions page, pause actions are universal actions. So here a few actions which are listed here, you can see here, and these are the universal actions uh, which trigger based upon certain actions on the pause. And let us understand by configuring one action. Let's say whenever uh, sales refund is taking place, at that time run the info code, and which info code, return, yes, return, reason for returning. So what will be happening in this case, at the pause, whenever sales return is happening or sales refund is taking place, at that time system will be asking what is the reason for return. So in this way we can set it up these pause actions, and once configured, it will be triggering at the pause whenever that particular action is taking place. uh, Same with another example, it can be done. Let's say somebody's cashier is giving a discount, and we can ask info code why this cashier is giving a discount, and that discount info code can be configured here, and then it can be triggered. So pause actions are there where you can define that particular uh, incident, and based upon that incident, what action system will be triggering, that can be defined here under do action. And it can run the info code, it can run the command, it can show the message, it can provide the error whenever that particular action is taking place. And here we can have these global actions, or we can have these actions based upon functionality profile, for particular functionality profile whenever that action is happening. And these are the listed actions which can trigger some sort of action with the help of these commands. So uh, this is all about pause actions. So in this section we went through media panel, design mode, macros, and pause actions.